Hi guys and girls, you join me FoxGreen today for another very special review, and today we'll be looking at this, the SSG96 Airsoft toy gun for YouTube monetization out there. Those guys never seem to get it right these days. But anyway, yeah, we're going to be unboxing Novritsch's brand new Airsoft SSG96, which is actually based on 338 version, right? Now, a lot of people are saying, well, he brought out an SSG96 already, the Mark 1, and this is going to be the Mark 2, that's what it's called. But the first version he brought out was based on the 308 Accuracy International L96. That wouldn't have had a folding stock. There is actual differences to the gun as you look at it. But as well as that, this version, the Mark II, is based on the, as I said, the Accuracy International L96 338 Lapua version, which is very cool. It's got the folding stock, a lot of differences. Now, you might be wondering, well, why are they bringing out another one of these? I personally think that the first one, even though I never got my hands on it, I've heard from a lot of people that it wasn't the best. Like when compared to the Novritsch's SSG 24 and 10, they were far superior, and it just didn't live up to the reputation, and it didn't perform that great. So I think they're taking a second stab at it, but what the company itself is claiming is that they're bringing it out because there's not many good L96s for Airsoft out there for playing the game. And so what they want to do is bring out the best possible out-of-the-box version that they could. And so much so that they completely redesigned parts from scratch that has never been done before. So it's got a barrel that's completely different to what you'd normally see, a brand new hop-up chamber that, you know, is completely different. It's completely designed from the ground up, claiming that it'll get all that really good performance. So I guess what we're going to do is we're going to get into the unboxing, have a look at it. Then what we'll also be doing in this video is we'll be gameplaying it. So today is the 11th of November. Tomorrow I'm going out to play with it on the 12th, and then I'm going to give my feedback on what I really think of it tomorrow evening before I actually get out and make this video, which is going to be out on the 13th. So we got very limited time here to see what we can do, but really interested to try it out and test it out and see if it's any good. What we're going to look at here is hopefully something that's out of the box that you don't need to tinker with at all and performs really well. So I have already taken it out, I've already fired it, so I already have an idea. But tomorrow in the gameplay will be the real test, and that's when I'll be concluding this video to see what my real thoughts and opinions are on it. And it's quite cold out, so that'll be interesting test for the hop up and the bucking. And of course, as usual, I'll be testing at 1 joule as well, which is an extremely interesting test for it, because shooting at 1 joule, you need a gun that performs pretty well to get good accuracy and range at that. So yeah, we're going to be getting into this Airsoft review video, not firearms YouTube. Calm down. So if you're wondering, it will be retailing for 399 euros and also $399 US. So yeah, okay, finally, let's get into this review video. Okay, so yeah, we've got quite a lot of stuff here in this box, and it's quite interesting. Can you see me? I don't know if you can or not. First of all, let's get into seeing what I've been sent. So first of all, this scope set, right? This scope is Novritsch's Mark II rifle scope set. Now, I also seen he's done a premium one. I've already opened this up, and I can say, compared to the Mark 1, it's way better. I didn't like the Mark 1. I thought it was quite rubbish. And actually, the expensive one, the premium one, it has a nicer crosshairs, but this is way better eye relief. It's clearer. It's better. This is a far better scope, and it's half the price of the premium one. I really like this. We'll be getting this open later, and I'll show it you. But yeah, that's the first thing. Novristch universal stand for your AEG, snipers, all that kind of stuff. All your airsoft toys, YouTube. So basically, yeah, you can. This is going to be a nice little stand for displaying your little toy guns. Okay, get that to one side. We have got basically a scope mount set. Okay, so scope mount. Now, this comes with scope mounts, so that's extra. We've got a monopod. Yes, that's nice for the 338. These aren't compatible with the Mark 1 version, okay? Just so you know. We've got some BBs, .43s. Won't be able to use them in Ireland. 1 joule. We've got a scope extender. Nice. Okay, scope extender there. We've got a kill flash for the scope. Very nice. We've got 1, 2, 3 mags. Now, you might notice these are like the SSG mags, and I hear they're 28 rounds, so pretty typical. But with a little bit of modification, you can buy the ASG versions. You have to Dremel a little bit at the front, but they're 50 round BB mags, and they will actually work in this in it then also. But these are quite nice. They're see-through too, so you can see the BB count. So yeah, you got 3 of them. I think there'll be one in the box also. We have got what is this? We have got something. Not too sure what this is. We'll open this one up just so we can see right now. Because this is a full set, so as you can imagine, everything that gets sent here is like all the attachments. I won't run it with half of these attachments because I like my... Oh yeah, we got a full Harris bipod. Okay, interesting. Very nice. A lot of weight for Airsoft. Also, we've got, yeah, this is the actual attachment for the bipod. Goes into the front. We've got basically a barrel thread adapter here, and we've got the textured grip, which is just a fancier grip if you want it. Now this is interesting. We have got an inner barrel. This is 6.01, and it's obviously meant to go with this short outer barrel. So he's even giving me a short outer barrel, really, really nice, and inner barrel. Okay, let's get that to one side. Now, the Vive la Resistance, which we're all come here to see, is the Mark II SSG96, based on the Lapua 338. Okay, let's get this out. This is going to be quite hard to get out. It's stuck in there. Now, as I said, guys, I've already opened this, but this is just for effect, doing it again free. Feels like Christmas and all that. Okay. So, as you can imagine... Oh my God, do I have space? Okay, okay, we got there. So I've already opened this, I've already shot it, and it shoots quite decently, but tomorrow, as I said, is a real test, so let's not get ahead of ourselves, okay? Now, like them all, like the Mark I, this can change to left-handed, and you all know I'm left-handed. I actually can't see out my right eye. I'm right-handed, but I shoot left-handed in Airsoft games because of it. So yeah, I've changed this, converted over to the left-hand bolt, which you're going to see now straight away. Okay, so it comes in 2 halves. And what have we got in the pack? Okay, so we've got 1 mag, semi-transparent, so you can see the amount of BBs you have in it. So 6mm BBs, yeah, not real bullets. YouTube again, keep making stabs at them because they're just gotten so annoying lately. We've got an Allen key for probably assembling your gun, which we can't show, right? We won't be showing me assembling it. We can't do that, even though it's not a real firearm. We've got a screw, which looks like a spare one, but maybe not. And then we've got this stock screw, which I believe is for fixing it together as well. Got a manual, as we'd expect. Now, let's see what we got in this. So we've got usual stuff at the front. We've got some tips on how to load the BBs, cock the gun, put safety on and off, which is nice. We've also got QR codes to the training academy. So I don't need to show you how to put this together, how to do maintenance or anything like that, because Novritsch has a full training academy that shows you how to do all that kind of stuff, like convert it to left-handed, all that good stuff. How to adjust the hop up, that's good, and showing you what's good or bad in terms of how to do it. And how to maintain it and clean it, which is also very good. Using what I assume would be, yes, cleaning rod for the Airsoft gun. Okay, so yeah, very good. Yep, again, there's your QR code to your tips and tricks and your academy where you'll be shown how to do all that stuff. Now, let me put this together and show you what it looks like. I will not be showing you how I do that. As I said, check out the QR code. YouTube will not allow me to show you putting this together because they keep thinking it's a real firearm. Okay, right. We'll see you back in 2 seconds. Okay, so now you can see what you get in the box when you buy just this Airsoft gun for €399 or US dollars. So you get obviously the gun itself. I have mine in the left-hand configuration. Nice that you can do that out of the box. You've got your mag, 28 rounds, clear, see-through. You got your pull-through rod, your Allen key. I'm pretty sure this might be a spare screw because I couldn't find where it goes. But you can see there that front. This isn't actually used for a Harris bipod, even though that's what it looks like. The adapter comes out here, which I'll show you later when I have it fully put together with all the nice furniture on it. So yeah, it's really nice looking, lovely folding stock like the 338 Lapua version, and obviously the fluted barrel just like the real thing as well. But that's pretty cool, so I really like it. Obviously when it's left-handed you have to pull up the bolt to get it to fold up, but this stock is really, really nice. The only thing I noticed that's a little bit annoying is some of the mold lines are not the best, so I might sand them down a bit myself, but it's solid and it's hefty enough. We're going to weigh it now just to see what it's like. But as well, if you're in the US, you can expect to get a yellow tip on the end of this as well to designate that it's not a real firearm. So let's see what this thing weighs. Okay, so hopefully you can see the scales. I am going to put this on it. Nice and floury, you know, because I do a lot of baking and all that jazz. So tear it. So it's zeroed. And let's get this balanced on there. With the mag. So it's 3,822 grams, so it's 3.8 kilos with no scope on it. So yeah, okay, that's good to know. Now, another thing I want to check real quick is because I got sent an inner barrel, I just noticed that the inner barrel I sent wasn't actually a short inner barrel, and it was meant to be a short inner barrel to go with the short outer barrel that they gave me, but it's not. And I can tell very quickly because this is where the hop window starts, and you can see here perfectly that that's a full length barrel. So if I put this to the hop window here, you can see it's a full length barrel. But nonetheless, let's check what length the full barrel is in it that comes. So really quick here, we'll just do a measure on it. So I know some of you guys out there like the stats. So let's just see. We're coming in at 430 millimeters. So that's basically just shy of 17 inches, okay? So good to know there, 430 millimeter inner barrel. Any other inner barrel won't work with this. I don't know if you can see this, but this is a 10 mil outer. Now the inside is still 6 mils, but you see that taper? That's the custom barrel that they've designed for this to get better accuracy. So that's going to be really interesting on the field to see how that actually performs. That's it. That's the whole thing as you get it. And yeah, it seems pretty nice. Let's just see what that bolt pull feels like. Extremely smooth. So I can safely say this is the first actual sniper rifle that Novristch has done that has got the bolt pull smooth. The others never were. They had to be broken in over hundreds of shots. This is actually a smooth bolt pull. And it's not stupidly loud. So very good first impressions, but we're only getting started. Let's keep going. Let's now get it fully set up for gameplay, and we'll weigh it again, and we'll get into all the technical specs before we get out in the field and play it, and then conclude this video. Okay, guys and girls, here it is. This is a fully kitted out, bar the mock suppressor SSG96 MK2. What do you think? It's not as heavy as I thought it would be, but let's just start by weighing it. I just love this little small one. So much fun. But yeah, let's start with weighing this. Now, personally for me, I probably wouldn't run it with the monopod, the Harris and all that. So tomorrow when I'm actually playing with it in the field, I'm going to probably take the Harris bipod off. I might, and the monopod. I'll have my cameras and stuff on there as usual to get my gameplay. But anyway, let's see if we can weigh this again. So I'm going to put this down here. Make sure it's... Now I have an empty mag in it there as well, which should help. So I don't know if you guys can see that. I'm going to move that forward a little bit more. Okay. In at 4.97 kilograms. So yeah, 4.97 kilograms. That is quite heavy, obviously. Yeah, it's heavy for the setup, but I think if you take this off of it, We're already down to 4.5, and the monopod actually has quite a bit of weight in there. So yeah, I think personally I'll be running without those, but you have to admit it is very, very cool. Check that out. And I love this front swivel monopod, or bipod I should say. Oh my god. Very, very nice. Check that out. Yeah, it's super cool. And it is solid, let me tell you. Putting it together, I realized what a very high build quality this actually has. And you know what? It looks it. There's no question about it. It looks it. For an Airsoft replica, this is pretty awesome. Full police SWAT vibes going on here, I think. So let's get on to the features / the tech specs on this Airsoft gun by Novristch. So first thing to note here is it can handle up to 4 joules, okay? Now, they're not doing a 1 joule version of it, unfortunately. I have put a 1 joule spring in mine, and so far from what I've tested outside, it's performing really, really well. Even when I left it outside in the cold for up to an hour, it's got a 70-degree bucking in there. It's silicone though, which is less affected by the cold than rubber. It still had no problem hopping it after an hour out in the cold. So, and they were 0.32 grams. So I'm really happy that that's good, because when I got my SSG10, it came with a 60-degree rubber bucking maple leaf one, and if you left it outside in the cold, it just couldn't hop the BBs. I replaced it for an X-Range 50 by Modify, and it was brilliant then. It was the only kind of thing I had to do, that bar that and the TDC, to get it functioning really, really nice. So with this, I'm not going to be changing the bucking. Now, tomorrow will tell a lot in the gameplay, which you're going to see in a few seconds here. Tomorrow will tell a lot to see how that performs, but I'm quite happy with that. Now, the hop up in this is completely custom built, okay? And you get this very silent window that you can open and close. And it's very, very nice. Now, one trouble here, which I'll show you in a while, is that when you're actually turning the hop up, the plus and minus are on the wrong side. So this is very tactile. It doesn't click, but it doesn't make sound, but it has infinite amount of adjustment and very silent cover for sliding back and forth. Very, very smooth. Novristch claims it comes with a 6.03 barrel, but actually the barrel that I got spare for it was 430mm 6.01 barrel. So I'm thinking it comes with a 6.01 barrel. The outer diameter of that is 10mm, really, really thick. Not like any other Airsoft gun out there. Not sure technically why it needs to be, but it's something to do with this completely custom hop-up unit. Even the bucking in this thing is completely different from what people have seen out there. So it's very interesting. They've done a lot of actual in-house design on the front end of this, which is really, really cool. Now, you can get, as I said, a short inner and outer barrel, so that's something I might be putting on this. Run it with a mock suppressor, yeah, eventually, and that will definitely deaden the noise. But as it stands, it shoots quite quiet. Let me just show you. It's actually not that loud. Now, it's going to be hard to get a true representation, but look at that bolt, first of all. Look at how smooth that bolt is. So this bolt, under its own weight, will fall and shut. No issues. So it's actually so smooth. So smooth. Up. One finger. Back. So smooth. Really impressed with it. Now you can see that it has an empty, just like the Mark 1, it shows red here when the mag is empty. And if I take it out, obviously that goes back down. But yeah, it shows red when empty. Pop that in and pops back up. It also has at the back here, if you can see that, an indicator that shows when it's cocked. At the moment you can't see anything, but as soon as I cock that, if I show you real quick, you'll see it shows up red when cocked. And when it's fired, obviously that goes away, which is really, really nice. Very, very nice little features. Now, the trigger is actually very, very soft, really, really light, but it doesn't have much of a wall, okay? It doesn't have much of a wall. Let me just, it's very, very, very light. You can see here, there's a bit of a wall just there, that's it, and then bang. So It's very, very nice, but it's not an adjustable trigger, but I quite like it. Quite like it, actually. It would be nice maybe if it had a more distinguishable wall, though. As you'd expect, with a completely custom hop-up chamber here, which is fully CNC'd, and it's got a fully CNC'd metal nub in there, it is a little bit longer of a hop-up chamber, meaning the nozzle on this is 23mm long. So it's a longer nozzle. So that nozzle isn't going to be compatible with like the likes of a Mark 1 or other L96s. In fact, all the hop-up chamber is completely unique, right? It's not been built this way before, which I really, really like. It's cool. It's good that they're doing stuff completely original. You might be wondering, how has he got it so smooth? Normally, Novritsch's guns, even the good ones like the SSG24, were very, very rough out of the box. This one isn't. It doesn't suffer from that at all. It's very, very light and smooth. Well, that's because he's now actually put in, out of the box, 2 glide rings in there in the upper receiver. And now the upper receiver is fully CNC'd also, which is really, really nice. And you can tell it's good quality. Everything comes together very nicely and seamlessly. Finally, he started doing color inversions. I didn't realize that, and I got a black one. If I had known, I definitely would have gotten the green, which is like the original. The Irish Army Sniper Wing uses the 338 Lapua in the olive drab green color, so I'm kind of annoyed I didn't realize that I could get different color versions. If I had, I would have gotten that. But yeah, it's very, very nice. Anyway, in the black, I'll probably paint the body green myself. There is thumb screws for adjusting the height of the cheek riser as standard now, unlike the Mark 1 version, which is really nice. So you can adjust the height of that. You can take off these plates and adjust that too. And obviously the folding stock, as I said, works very, very nice. And actually, now it has a fast change spring also, which is really cool. What you can do here is there's a little groove in here, and you can pull down on it, and that'll make this pin protrude. And then when you take up the bolt and pull the trigger, you can slide the whole bolt out without taking basically the Airsoft gun apart, which is really nice. Now, that also will allow you to look straight through the barrel and see how clean it is, maybe clean it a bit more efficiently with the cleaning rod for maintenance and all that good stuff. But yeah, it just means you'll be able to change anywhere from your 1 joule all up to your 4 joule spring very, very easily. Now, as I said earlier, right, he's only doing this in 2.2, 2.7 and 4 joule variants. It's not, unfortunately, doing a 1 joule variant, which is an awful pity. Now, people are still going to get them, and they're going to change them to 1 joule. So the cylinder, piston and spring guide are all compatible, but the nozzle isn't, okay? All 3 of those will work in the Mark 21 bar the nozzle. The stock will work also, so you can actually take this stock if you want and put it on your Mark 1, which is kind of cool. The magazine obviously is as well. I really like the retention, the way that jumps out. As I said, there is a textured bolt as well, and that is also compatible as well if you want to have that kind of more tactical looking bolt. As you can clearly see here, it's left-hand convertible out of the box, which is very nice. And so is the Mark 1 actually in that regard. And I believe the last thing that's compatible is actually the camo cover, right? But other than that, nothing else is compatible, really interestingly. Even the thread adapter on the end isn't compatible because the barrel inside is thicker diameter. So yeah, basically this is almost entirely a new gun, essentially. Even the upper receiver is not the same. Now, you could still actually change your Mark 1 into a Mark 2 if you really, really wanted to. But essentially, you need to buy a new hop-up chamber, nozzle, bucking, upper receiver, outer barrel, inner barrel. And by the time you spend all that money, I think this, you'd just be better off buying the Mark 2. Essentially, it would just be far cheaper. Okay, so what are the differences between this and the Mark 1, okay? Some useful things to know, because I know plenty of people have the Mark 1, and as I said, I don't think people are overly impressed with the Mark 1, and they probably aren't going to want to take their chances on this, but from hands-on with this so far, I'm comparing this to the standard of the SSG24. It's got a lighter bolt pull than the Steyr Scout. Although it's early days, it seems to perform similarly. By tomorrow, I'll absolutely know for definite. So that's why I want you to stay tuned to the end of this video where I give my actual full feedback on how this thing performed in the field. Now, what's different between them, between this Mark 1 and this Mark 2? So this Mark 2, essentially, look, it's got a full CNC'd hop-up chamber, as I said. It's completely custom. The inner barrel is completely custom, completely different diameter to get the best accuracy possible out of it. It's using a unique 70-degree silicone bucking, which I've not seen before, which is quite interesting. It's got a much longer nozzle than the standard Airsoft sniper rifles and the Mark I variant. It's got glide rings installed out of the box, which is why it's so buttery smooth when you're cocking it, which is really, really nice. It is definitely quieter, there's no question. It's finally the quietest one Novristch has brought out of the box. Now, it's still loud, it's not TM or VSR or quiet. So naturally enough, the folding stock is unique as well. The monopod in this actually won't work in the Mark I, right? And nor will the actual bipod adapter up front. So they're very important things to note as well. Obviously, because this Mark II version is a 338 version of the N96, it has a fluted barrel, unlike the Mark I version, which is based on the 308 version, which wouldn't have a fluted barrel. So that's another difference that you're going to get between the two. The thumb screws on the cheek rests here are actual, not Allen keys, so you can adjust them in the field with your hand, which is as standard in this, whereas it wasn't in the Mark I version. As I already mentioned then, the full upper receiver is actually CNC this time. So one piece, very solid, very strong. So now we're going to look at the accuracy of this in a gameplay footage. So we're going to be going to Urban Assault Airsoft Centre. We're going to be trying this out, and naturally enough, being in Ireland, I'm going to be running this at 1 joule with 0.32 gram BBs, which is my optimum BB weight that I always use for sniping in Ireland. And we're going to try it out and see how it fares out in the field, and then afterwards I'm going to give you a conclusion on what I thought of this. Do we know where any of the points are? Oh. One down. Two down. Three down. They're on the way.
Game on, lads, yeah.
One down.
Fox, you see any of them string below you?
Yeah.
At the blast hole.
What are the fucking hits, man?
He's down. That's a gun hit anyway. Yeah, he took it. That and then he coming your way.
Hit!
Headshot. She's down. Nice. Did you get one, Stanton? Yeah. I could hear you go. Come on, stick out again, mate. That's a hit anyway. Don't think he's gonna take it though. Yeah, there's one there. Just wait for it. He's down.
There you go, that was the money shot.
Oh, we got guy. Oh my god! In the head. That was some distance. Oh my!
What make is it?
It's a Novristch SSG96. Another one down.
I don't want to play anymore.
This gun is being released tomorrow. It's not even released yet. Tomorrow it's gone live.
Where'd you get the optics from?
From them as well, Novristch. That scope is being released tomorrow as well.
That's the face, dude.
SSG96 Mark II. Get the Mark II, not the Mark I. This is the new one. Tomorrow at 3 o'clock. She's going live. One down. Both down. Both dead. Got him. Headshot. And he's not taking it. Second headshot. 2 headshots and he took the second one. He's down. dead. Break and get below those containers. Can you just pepper in there a sec? 3, 2, 1, go. Watch it, back corner, guys. He's down. Going around the outside of that back wall. They're going around the outside of it. Okay, so everybody, today I had an amazing game with this. It worked really, really well. And in general, my conclusion from playing with this on the field is that I really, really like it. I think it's comparable with SSG24, which is exactly what I was hoping was the case from like just testing it yesterday. So it seems to shoot really, really good. It's really accurate. The bolt pull is so much better. It's actually quiet. Now, I wasn't running it with a suppressor in the game, but it's quiet. I just didn't feel like running with it yesterday because it's very long. I want to wait till I get the shorter outer barrel on it. The build quality is very good. It's very solid, right? And like I said yesterday, some of these little joints are actually, when I was holding this, were kind of rubbing at my fingers, so I'm going to have to sand them down just where the mold comes together. It's a little bit rough. I think that could be definitely a bit better. It was actually kind of cutting into my finger a little bit and getting to irritate me even with my gloves on. All screws on this, right? Because when I was assembling this to get it in and out of the box yesterday, they're very solid. It's like the SSG24. I felt like with SSG10 they took a step down and they got poorer in quality, and that was one of the biggest compliments I had for the original platform. So I think they're slightly going back to their roots with their build quality, which I'm delighted to hear. I'm really, really delighted to hear about that. Actually, it's very, very good, right? As you can see, I had no problem hitting people. It's just shoots laser beams, brilliant, absolutely brilliant. And I actually forgot to clean the barrel when I got this. Now, I would recommend cleaning the barrel, and after every game cleaning the barrel, especially when you're doing something like sniping. But yeah, it worked. It performed really good, and the results that you could see show that. Now, considering like it was 6 degrees Celsius and it was hopping those 0.32 gram BBs in the cold, no problem, and it had a 70-degree booking in there, that's really good, right? And it's probably because it's silicone as opposed to rubber. Silicone is much better in colder temperatures, so that was a good choice by Novristch. So I wouldn't be changing anything internally from this gameplay in this airsoft gun. Nothing. I wouldn't change anything internally. I think it's fine the way it is. It's an out-of-the-box gun. That's exactly what we want, an out-of-the-box airsoft gun. Perfect. The bolt pull was just so nice all day, so light. And I have a Rapax 1 jewel spring in there, not the Novristch one. Worked ideal. It was spot on the jewel, so really, really good as well. Overall, as you know, it's not really that compatible with the front end internally with any other airsoft guns out there, but Novristch brings out all his spare parts on his shop. And because I personally don't think you need to upgrade it any further, yeah, I don't think that's really a problem. So finally, would I recommend it? Yeah, absolutely, I would. No question, I would recommend it to my subscribers, my followers. Absolutely, yeah. And you know, if you want to check it out, there's a link in the video description below to where you can get your hands on one. But yeah, no, ultimately, really good. I'd highly recommend it. You don't need to upgrade it, in my opinion, and that's at 1 joule. Generally speaking, if it performs at 1 joule, it'll always perform at the higher joules. That's from experience over the last 15 years. You just put a bigger spring in and away you go, and put slightly heavier BBs in and you're sorted. I would say if you're picking one up, get FPS adjusters. Novristch has a habit of you picking a power and it comes slightly underpowered. Usually his 1 joule snipers are coming in at 0.7 and people were giving out, people who didn't really understand, thinking that there was issues with them. Really, if they just had a chronograph and bought some of those little FPS adjuster rings, they'd be sorted. So pick up a packet or two of FPS adjuster rings when you get it, and you can easily put them on there and tune your power up and down to get it just where you want it, and you'll be happy as Larry with it. It'll be spot on. So overall, guys and girls, I hope you liked this review video and first look at the Novristch SSG96 MK2. And if you like this video, please comment below, give it a like, give it a thumbs up, share it. All that good stuff helps. And thanks again for watching. I'll see you guys and girls very soon. Bye bye.